So I think the White House is done with Zelensky. He proved one more time that he's a thug. He has his hand out. He wants more money and more weapons, period. He wants to keep fighting. He wants to keep killing Ukrainians. And eventually he'll retire to his mansion in either Dubai or Miami. But Trump sees through it. So I don't expect that there'll be any kind of reconciliation. The U.S. every day, we cut off weapons, then we cut off money. A few days ago, we cut off intelligence sharing, which is a big deal because Zelensky can't even carry out the limited attacks he's capable of without U.S. satellite imagery. That's been cut off. So the people, I understand Ukraine, I understand the United States, I understand Russia. What I don't understand is the UK, why they are so, from Boris Johnson was a complete failure, but why that has carried through to Keir Starmer and Rishi Sunak, I guess, was in. Liz Truss was in there for a month. Actually, Liz Truss I met her. She understood what we're talking about, but not the others. But they're just totally around the bend in terms of supporting Ukraine. But the problem is the UK and France and Germany, they can talk a good game. They don't have the resources. UK Army, they've got like 3 divisions. Russia has 15 divisions in Ukraine. That's not the whole Russian army. That's just what they have in Ukraine, 150,000 troops. That's about 15 divisions. UK only has 3 in total. If they send them all to Ukraine, they don't have 1 soldier left to defend England. So none of it makes sense. I've been thinking about it for years, and we have come closer to World War III than at any time since the Cuban Missile Crisis. There were a couple, I talked about this in my new book, Money GPT. I have a chapter on nuclear warfighting. So there were a couple close calls in the 1980s that I talked about. But we've come closer, we are closer than any time since the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1980. But who's driving it? It's not the Russians, and it's not particularly the Americans. It's Zelensky. Zelensky wants everything he's done, the mineral deal that he walked away from, talks with Macron, Starmer, the rest, everything he's done is aimed at one thing. He wants NATO membership. He's not getting it. But the next best thing are what they call security guarantees, and that involves U.S. troops on the ground, or you could put UK troops on the ground with some kind of backup from the U.S. But it's all designed to do one thing, Danielle, which is to drag the United States into this war so that you have a war between Russia and the United States. That's what they want. That's World War III. Trump is smart enough to avoid that. People like me and many others have been calling out Ukraine on this. That's all they really want. So yeah, I would take that, his description of the potential, I would take it at face value. They want World War III, and it's important for the United States and Russia to back away from that, which is one of the reasons we have to abandon Zelensky. He's actually kind of crazy, if you ask me. Yes, it's nice when it goes out. But here's what I always say, Danielle. Gold is not going up. The dollar is going down. Right. Now, gold is constant by weight. As I said, it's an element. It just sits there. But in the time I've been an investor, it took $700 to buy an ounce of gold. I have friends who bought it $200. Good for them. I'm very happy for them. But I started buying around $700. It used to take $700 to buy an ounce of gold. Today it takes about $2,900 to buy an ounce of gold. The ounce of gold hasn't changed. What changed is that the dollar has collapsed. Some people keep saying we have a strong dollar, and yes. I hear that all the time. And I look at them and I say, compared to what? Meaning, yeah, compared to the euro and the yuan and the yen and Swiss francs and sterling, yes. But compared to gold, no. The dollar has collapsed compared to gold. So that to me is a better metric. But I'll tell you a secret. Here's what's going on. Everyone's like, where's the BRICS currency? The BRICS are supposed to be having a currency, and they're going to replace the dollar and do this and do that. And Trump said, if you BRICS come out with a currency, I'm putting 100% tariffs on you, 200%, whatever it takes. It's going to be, and everyone's like, where's the BRICS currency? They already have it. It's called gold. Meaning, why would you go out and print up a new currency? If you're Russia and I'm China, and we're trading, I'm selling you manufacturing goods and semiconductors, and you're selling me oil, natural gas, or whatever, and I'm paying you in rubles and you're paying me yuan or whatever. We have a trade balance, and a lot of it nets out, but there's some net balance. Somebody owes something to the other or whatever. You settle it in gold. And because you're settling on a net basis, not a gross basis, you don't need that much gold. It becomes very feasible. And you can keep it in a vault and change the title, but you can also just put it on a plane and ship it over. So the BRICS don't need a BRICS currency. They already have one, and it's gold.